are you? Welcome to day 4 of our Thriving as an Empath and Highly Sensitive Person challenge. So I'm kind of excited about today. We get to talk about some cool stuff. Also, it's been a long week, so I'm having a gluten-free beer as we talk about this. Okay, I've been really getting into crystals and crystal healing and kind of learning just more about the kind of metaphysical properties of crystals. Really, ever since I was a little kid, I was really super interested in rocks. Like, really, really interested in them. I had all these rock kits. I learned about all the different layers and all kinds of different rocks and what they meant. And yeah, so I was just super interested in it. I think just had that sort of natural interest in those kinds of things. So then kind of like didn't pay attention to it for a long time. And then really got more into some of the kind of metaphysical properties of crystals and started learning more about how people are using them for healing or to support certain intentions or to just kind of help have a calming effect, and really just kind of re-energizing my interest in crystals and rocks and gems and all that kind of stuff, right? And so learning more about what they are, what they do, why people think that they do these different things. So I bought some books on crystal healing and how to use them and how to select them. Actually, today I'm wearing citrine bracelet and an amethyst bracelet. So if you guys are curious about that, I have a really great place that I get these awesome bracelets. I have a whole bunch. But yeah, so today we're going to talk a little bit about kind of how to select crystals. And then we'll talk about some of the ones that I listed. So I actually typed up some information. So I'm going to read some of it because I didn't want to forget anything, certainly. So we'll go through those first, and then we'll talk a little bit about selecting your crystals. Okay, so one of the first ones that I had was green quartz, which I don't have yet, but is super pretty. The idea is that it's supposed to transmute negative energy into positive. So it's also a heart chakra crystal. It kind of helps calm that type A type of personality. I bet many of us are. Helps increase and support creativity. Helps healers and people who are in the healing profession, which is often us empaths and highly sensitive people. We're often in those helping professions. Helps those healers connect with kind of the greater sort of universal love and be able to kind of tap into that. Meditating with green quartz can help you remember your soul purpose, kind of your meaning for your life, what you're here to do, and can help sort of absorb sadness. So a lot of really cool qualities, right? And so we'll talk at the end about a little bit how to work with crystals and kind of what that means. The next one on my list is Apache tear, which is kind of an interesting one too. It's also supposed to absorb the negative energy from others, so the energy that's kind of coming at you and towards you. It's recommended for empaths, certainly. It helps healing at a really deep soul level from things like trauma, grief, sadness. It also helps protect healers from taking on other people's emotions and energy. So it's really about hope and renewal, turning pain into healing. Which is a really lovely purpose, right? As I drink my beer. Okay, so black tourmaline. I love this one. I have some on my desk at work. This is a really powerful stone of protection against all kinds of different forms of negative energy. So it really helps healers to set healthy boundaries between themselves and their clients, or in this case, between yourself and others in your work environment. People who are bringing negativity into maybe your office space, something where you need to kind of set up those kind of energetic boundaries. It can be really important. So the darker stones, the black, or even just darker on the spectrum, even red, or silvery stones, generally are the ones that are more protection based. So helping to protect and kind of repel negative energy. Okay, so this next one that I have listed, I don't know how to say. I've only ever seen it written, but it looks like it's chrysoprase. Chrysoprase. I don't know if anybody else knows how to say that. Please let me know. But that's what I'm going to go with. So this is a cool stone too. It increases joy and happiness. It's thought to absorb sadness, really helps to attract new love and encourages self-love, which is really important. I think us as empaths and highly sensitive people can be really critical of ourselves often. So anything that helps support self-love, I think, is really, really important. It's also a stone of forgiveness. So really helping let go and get rid of some of those things that we're holding on to that we may need to just forgive and move away from. Can release and heal codependency. So if you're in a relationship or have been in the past something that felt kind of codependent to you, this could be a good stone to work with. It helps healers set firm boundaries, always important, right? Can shield empaths from harsher energy. Also really works with the heart chakra to help you feel more loving and accepting of yourself. It reminds, working with this type of stone reminds you that you're worthy of joy, love, and success. I also forgot to mention that many of the descriptions that I'm getting are from the Crystal Chick on Etsy store. So she has a lot of really wonderful descriptions. That's where I get actually a lot of my bracelets and stuff. So I just wanted to give kind of fair credit where I'm getting those from. I can also give you guys that info if you're interested. So those are some really cool stones, I think. The next one is malachite, which is a really cool one. I think I have a piece around here. Yeah, I don't know if you can see this, but it's like a really beautiful emerald green color. Really neat. So that's also a stone of protection, thought to absorb negative energies from the atmosphere and really from the body. So kind of also guarding against radiation, electromagnetic pollution. It's also a heart energy stone. So let's see. Oh yeah, I had read about it at one point being really helpful for, there we go, for female hormonal issues. That's actually kind of how I got turned on to it, because I was going through some time where I was having some hormonal imbalances. So I was like, oh, this is interesting. You know, what are some stones that might help with that? So malachite, one of them, especially for regulating menstrual cycle, cramps. One of the things that I really like about it in the description is that it's considered sort of a stone of transformation. So encouraging change and more risk-taking in your life helps you figure out what's kind of blocking your personal or spiritual growth, and helps you kind of move past some of those things, right? So I think whenever we're doing a challenge, whenever we're doing personal work, therapy, coaching, and we're really being introspective and trying to spark change and growth, it can be helpful to have some of these sort of stones of transformation that really help people moving from one place in their life to another place. Okay, so it's also a heart chakra stone. So interestingly, a lot of these are heart chakra stones, which can be helpful certainly for self-love and for empaths. So one of the other ones that I love is rose quartz. Such a great stone. It's really thought of as a stone of unconditional love. So it carries a really soft, gentle, kind of loving energy that calms and nourishes the spirit. It's really a lot about self-love. So if you're feeling like you're kind of down on yourself, or you're feeling like you're in a place where it's been really hard to kind of just be in a positive space with yourself, rose quartz can be really great. It can be really nourishing, really supporting of that self-love piece. So helpful for nurturing yourself when you need a bit of that nourishment and nurturing from yourself. So something else that I kind of discovered about that was it was suggested kind of keep a piece on your desk at work, because it also works to protect you from unwanted intrusions and gossip, which is kind of interesting, right? Amethyst is also a beautiful stone. So again, wearing amethyst bracelet. It's this nice kind of purple color. So this is really a crown chakra stone actually too. So up here. So it's attempting to kind of improve your connection to your spirituality, to the universe, to something larger and bigger than ourselves, to that kind of meaning and purpose in your world. It's also called the All Healer, and it helps to kind of restore people who maybe need a little extra healing in their lives. Amethyst clusters, which are also really pretty. I have one at work. Amethyst clusters in rooms can clean the environment of negative energy, maybe from a disagreement or a confrontation. It's really a stone of balance, of protection, of love. Helps us connect to our higher selves. And it really helps to kind of open the third eye chakra, helps with some of those, and the crown chakra, so some of those kind of really intuitive pieces, intuition pieces, amethyst can be really helpful for. So it's also kind of a gentle sort of stone, has kind of a gentle energy. So those are some of the ones I really wanted to talk about tonight. But I do want to move into a little bit around kind of, oh, okay. I'll come back. Hang on one second. Okay. I will be back in like 1 minute to finish this up. Okay.